podcast video regarding the liars and knowing about lying. So this is the revision class. We have already seen about all the liars. In this class we will revise all of them with their roots, and we will also see their related words. So first one we have is notorious. Notorious means, first we will see its general meaning. Notorious means widely but unfavorably known, so like in a negative sense. And notorious liar becomes a liar who is famous for lying. Like a person who is famous for, who is widely and unfavorably known for lying is called a notorious liar. So notorious comes from the root notus, which means known. So you can see why this becomes this. And then the related words are noted. Noted means well known, and notoriety means bad reputation. This is positive, this is negative. And then we have consummate. Consummate means perfectly skilled. It's the general meaning. And then consummate liar means a consummate liar is an extremely skilled liar. So it comes from the root sumus. Sumus means highest. And then summit, like when we say I have reached at the top of the summit, it means highest, at the highest point. So related word are summit, which means the highest point, sum, which means total. And consummate is also used as a verb, which means complete, or to bring to perfection is called to consummate. So consummate liar is a liar who is extremely skilled liar. You cannot tell whether he or she is lying or not. And then we have incorrigible. So incorrigible means impossible to reform, like can't be changed. So a liar, incorrigible liar, is a liar who cannot be stopped who cannot stop lying even after repeated punishments. Like he or she won't even understand that what they are doing is wrong, and won't even stop lying even after punishments. So incorrigible comes from the root corrigo. Like two roots are combined here, because corrigo means to correct, and then we will add the negative root in, which means not. So it becomes not correct, means incorrigible. Related word are corrigo, which means to correct. Then we have inveterate. Inveterate means long established habit. And inveterate liar means a person for whom lying has become a deep rooted habit. So it comes from the root vetus. Vetus means old, so it becomes inveterate. And related words are veteran. So veteran, we already know, is a experienced person in a particular field. Like it can be in any field, like army, or medicine, or any kind of field. So a veteran is called the specialized, a skilled person, experienced person, old person in that particular field. So here we can see, like from the last word and in this word, we are seeing a common root, common prefix, I can say, that is I and in. In here means in the last word meant not. It was a negative root, negative prefix in the last word. And here in means in. It doesn't mean like negative. It's not a negative word. Then we have congenital. Congenital means present from birth. And you should know its general meaning, because it's used very widely. Congenital means present from birth. So a congenital liar becomes a liar who seems to have been lying since birth. Like we are saying this figuratively, not literally, because how can someone lie from it? But it practically means that someone is lying from the time when they were in the womb of their mother. But it's that not practically possible. So we are just saying it figuratively, that someone is lying for so not so long, but someone is lying so badly. So from a time that it we say that he's been lying since birth. So it again combines two roots. First is con. Con means together. Then genesis. Genesis means birth. So it becomes congenital. And yeah, con is another important root. We will see some words coming out of this root as well in future. And genesis, we here you can see many words are coming out of genesis. So genesis means beginning, as we have seen, birth. So birth is the beginning of a person's life. So genesis means beginning. Gene means unit of heredity. Actually, I'm not explaining all of these because in the past videos I have already talked about them. So today we are only revising, so I'm just telling you the meanings. Genetics means the study of heredity. Geneticist, genetics specialist is called geneticist. Then we have genetic. Genetic means related to genes. Then we have genealogy. Genealogy comes from genesis plus logos, means study of family history. Genealogist studies, the person who studies family history. Then we have genital, which means related to reproduction. Then we have chronic. So chronic means long lasting or recurring. You can easily relate to this word to to chronic illness. It's like a very widely used word, chronic illness. Like there are two types of illness are practically defined in two types: chronic illness and short term acute illness. So chronic illness is the one that is long lasting and recurring, and acute illness is a short term illness. So chronic liar becomes someone who lies repeatedly over a long period. So it comes from the root chronos, which means time. So related words are chronology, time order, chronological in time order. Chronologist is an expert in chronology. Then we have chronometer. Chronometer means combines chronos plus metron, means measurement. It means accurate timepiece. Then we have chronometry. It comes from chronos plus metron, measurement of time. Then we have synchronize. Synchronize combines sync plus chronos, time together. Synchronous means happening together. Synchronization is timing together. Then we have anachronism. It's a very useful word. Anachronism combines ana plus chronos, means out of time. So there are two words, anachronism and incongruence. So you might get confused with anachronism and incongruence and think they both are same, but actually anachronism means wrong time, and incongruence means incongruence combines in, which is an negative root, and con means together, and gruer, so wrong match or out of place. It's called incongruence. Then we have pathological. Pathological means related to disease. So pathological liar becomes a compulsive liar who lies without a rational reason. So it comes from the root pathos, which means disease, suffering, or feeling. Then related words are pathology, which comes from pathos plus logos, study of disease. It is it means. Then we have pathologist, the person who is a specialist in studying disease is called pathologist. Then we have sympathy. So sympathy, combine sym plus pathos. So it means feeling for someone, feeling with someone. Then we have empathy. Empathy combines en plus pathos, feeling as another person feels. It's like more deeper than sympathy. Then we have antipathy. Anti is a negative root. Anti plus pathos means strong dislike. It's a negative word. Then we have apathy. Here a is also a negative root, but not as negative as the anti. So a plus pathos means lack of feeling. Then we have pathetic, which means arousing pity. Then we have telepathy. Tele means distance. Pathos means we already know feeling. Feeling across its distance. We can see like many words comes out of this root tele, that is telegram, telegraph, uh, like many other words. Then we can see difference, like sympathy means feel for, empathy means feel with, apathy means feel nothing, antipathy means feel against. Then we have unconscionable. Unconscionable means without conscience. So lies without guilt or remorse. A person doesn't even think that his lies may be affecting others lives and maybe ruining someone's mood, someone's life, someone's day. They don't feel any type of guilt or remorse. They just lie and lie. So it combines two roots, con plus socio. No, con means socio means to know, con means together. So it becomes conscience and then unconscionable. So related word are conscience. Conscience mean moral sense, like having the moral sense of what is happening, like moral sense of what you are doing is right or wrong is called unconscious. So unconscionable becomes a lying without guilt or remorse and not knowing whether what you are doing is right or wrong. And there is another word that is conscious. Conscious is different from conscience. So conscious means aware of, being aware of your surroundings, what is happening around you is become is it means conscious, being conscious. Then we have science, which means knowledge, and then we have omniscient. Omni means all present. Omni means everywhere. So omni plus socio means all knowing. Then we have prescient. Prescient is pre plus socio, before knowing beforehand. Predicting something is called being prescient. Then we have nascent. Nascent means an e negative root plus socio, then it becomes ignorant. And then we have another word that is glib. Glib means smooth, fluent and persuasive. So a glib liar is a liar who speaks very smoothly but without sincerity. At first you might believe a glib liar, but then on a later stage you may well know that he or she is lying. And glib comes from the English root glib. It is like an old English word as well, glib, and it means slippery. So smooth speech. So glibness is smooth but superficial speech. Then we have egregious. Egregious means outstandingly bad. So egregious liar means a liar whose lies are shockingly harmful. So it combines two roots, x plus grex. X means out, grex means herd, or a group. So standing out from the crowd. So it means exceptionally bad. So related word are gregarious, which means sociable, gregariousness, sociability, congregate. Con means together plus grex means gather together. Congregation is a gathering. Segregate combines se plus grex, which means separate. Aggregate combines ad, which become ag because we are putting it before the word g. So aggregate means bring together or total. Aggregate is a noun, can be used as a noun, can be used as a whole or total collection. So these are the words for today's video. We have revised all of them. So we are concluding, we have already completed the part 1 of word power made easy. There are these 3 or 4 parts. We have already completed the first part, and yeah, that's it for this video. Bye.